Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Fox. As you guys know, like I say always, I really appreciate you guys clicking on this video, supporting all my stuff, and being pretty awesome in the comments. And I don't know like what type of video to call this, but it is regarding the weird information that's been going around about Gears of War and the confusion and whatnot, and the miscommunication or the misinformation that's been giving out in a way. And I don't want to like bash anybody or put anybody's name out there, because everybody chooses to make videos or tweet out whatever they want based on their opinions, and that's understandable. And so yeah, like I'll just say that and leave that there. Hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from. So this video is regarding Gears of War 5. Also regarding the whole thing with splash damage and the coalition and whatnot, which are, you know, developers, studios and whatnot. And in the past, Gears of War 5 has been talked about, and the whole thing about the coalition not working on that and working on something else has also come up, but I never did a video about that. Never chose to touch on that because I felt like more of a let me wait and see what happens, and Microsoft quickly squashed that information by saying that the coalition is working on Gears and everything else is like well and good. So I left that alone, and people made videos about it and talked about it in podcasts, which is fine. I never did, but when it comes to this one, I was going to do the same thing, except for the fact that like I said earlier, miscommunication, misinformation has been going out, and I just feel like in a way, when you do these informative videos or rumor videos, or you're just updating people on the news, sometimes some people, some gamers, some YouTubers tend to twist it a little bit with their own opinions, and that does bother me a little bit. So this whole Gears of War 5 being developed by Splash Damage, more so than the coalition, came up recently, obviously a couple days ago, during the week, let's just say like Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that, and all regarding job listings that popped up on Splash Damage website. Splash Damage did work on Gears of War Ultimate and Gears of War 4 a little bit, so obviously they did a good job because they're being mentioned again regarding Gears. So that would be cool if they're involved in a way again and they help out the coalition. I still think the coalition is the main studio, the main publisher, along with Microsoft Studios, of course, and the main like team on it. But anyway, the fact that they had some job listings, I believe it was like 16 job listings they had. 2 of them in particular caught everyone's eye when they were regarding story-based cinematics and stuff like that, so everybody freaked the hell out apparently, and I just thought it was funny, and I was like, oh, okay, cool, let's see what happens. And then there was articles written, a lot of articles by different people, and some of them were stating it as fact instead of just informing everyone, and some of them were just saying like, hey, the coalition's not doing Gears 4 and that's it, or I mean Gears 5, and that was the end of that. When articles like that is what bothers me, because anybody could take those articles and run with it and make a video like if it was factual information. And when you have things that say a coalition is not working on Gears, or Splash Damage is not working on Gears 5, people see that and they automatically spread the rumors instead of waiting and seeing what happens, because like I understand we don't know, like I don't know exactly what's happening, but there's a reason why the coalition became the coalition, and they were Black Tusk Studios, and they asked them, do they want to keep doing what they're doing, or do they want to work on a new IP, or well, not, I don't think they said new IP, I think they just said a Gears of War franchise, and they chose to do Gears of War franchise. They chose to change the name. They merged, what was it, Microsoft, was it Vancouver, I believe it was, and Zipline like with Black Tusk, and then they became Coalition, and they decided to work on Gears for a reason. So in my head, the Coalition and Gears are like, they coincide easily together. Whether the Coalition wants to help make a new IP, or whether that be Perfect Dark or something else, whether they want to help with PUBG when they were helping them like port the game over, that stuff doesn't, like, I don't mind that stuff. Like, I'm okay with the Coalition helping do other things, but I'm still of the mindset that if you're the Coalition or you're 343, you have those main franchise titles that are like a staple to Xbox, and you work on those and you focus on those. And then obviously if the developers don't want to work on that, they could choose to move to a different studio, or they could choose to leave and do something else completely. Rod Ferguson actually left after Epic or whatever, with the whole thing with Gears happening. He's done other things in other games. He's worked on other things like BioShock Infinite. But he always comes back to Gears. That's where like his heart is. That's where like his favorite franchise to work on is. From what I've read, obviously, I don't know the man, but I know that if Splash Damage does work on Gears 5, I'm okay with that. I just don't think that people should automatically state it as fact that it is only being done by them and that they're doing everything. The only thing I've known that they've done in the past wasn't even, I don't even think they did it all by themselves. It was Brink, and I think Bethesda helped them with that as well. So like that's the only thing I knew them from before, like Ultimate, Gears Ultimate. They might have worked on some other games as well. I think I heard someone say Batman, but it was one of the Batmans. But either way, would they be able to work on Gears 5 by themselves? I don't know. I doubt it, but who knows. So right now I see a lot of gamers in the comment section on Twitter and stuff like that in chat, and they just sound worried or nervous about the future of Gears, and I'm not. I'm more of like, hey, let's just wait and see. We don't know yet. I'm not questioning Microsoft at all when it comes to this. I just bothered by the articles and people running with certain things that they don't really know. And then we have some other people in the community that are happy. They're like, yeah, the Coalition should do something else. Yeah, they should they should focus on Perfect Dark and just do Perfect Dark. And I'm over here like, but like, okay, but what if Gears of War suffers because they're working on Perfect Dark, and then Gears, the next one, is trash? Let's just say, in people's opinion, we have another Judgment in our hands. Then what? How does Microsoft look? Like they're incompetent. They look like they bought the Gears franchise. They got the studio ready and everything for nothing, because then they were just gonna hand it off to a second-rate studio. I'm not saying those developers are bad or anything like that, but maybe they can't handle what Coalition has already been handling when it comes to Gears of War. So I do question all this in a way, and this is kind of why I didn't want to do a video like this, but I'm just really bothered by a whole bunch of stuff that I've seen from the community, or just from random YouTubers in general, just giving misinformation or anything like that. So I don't have an issue with Splash Damage. I don't have an issue with the Coalition helping making other games. I still think that they should focus on Gears. That's their main title. That's one of their main franchises. And also, I heard some people saying that maybe Splash Damage is going to work on a Gears of War, remaster? Another Gears of War remaster, like how they did with Ultimate, so maybe it will be Gears of War 2 Ultimate or something like that. That would be interesting. Or a side story like they had done with Judgment before, even though that didn't work out. So maybe that's what they're doing, and I'm like, hey, who knows? Maybe. I'm a Gears fan. I want to see anything. So I'm happy with that. Now, if I play and I don't like it, then that's the issue right there. I also heard some people in the community saying that they want the Coalition to work on 2 games at once. So not only Gears 5, but another game, whether it be a new IP or whether it be Perfect Dark. They want that. And I'm like, okay, interesting. If they have enough people, maybe. If if they're being overseen on everything and we have an outside perspective on how they're working on that situation, right? So then you have Rod and the team doing Gears, but within the same building, then they have someone else in charge of another team working on Perfect Dark or new IP, and someone else is seeing both and how it's coming together, then that's understandable if it's big enough to do that. And I know that like the coalition's always handing out a hand whenever other studios let employees go, let developers go, and they're always saying, hey, look, if you guys want to come over, we're taking developers over here in coalition, and that's actually really awesome. But that's only if they're big enough to do both. That would be awesome, that would be great. But if they don't, and whoever's overseeing both teams notices that like Gears of War is kind of moving slower pace than what they wanted, or maybe this other new IP or Perfect Dark is not working out as well as they wanted it to, then that's not good. That's when you can see that it's not balanced, it's not it's not working out. So obviously that needs to be overseen, and I think that's Microsoft's job, that's Microsoft Studios' job, or whoever's in charge of that. So yeah, I would like for that to work out, but that's like in a perfect world type of situation. I'm still a Gears fan, so obviously I say Gears first, everything else second, which is why I'm gonna stick with my guns and say I like that Gears of War helps out all these developers, or all these games get made on the side, because I still think Gears is the main title, is one of my favorite titles, is why I play on the Xbox, just as much as Halo, even though Halo is way more popular, obviously. And then here's the funny part, where I have people in comment sections telling me, oh, but don't you want a Perfect Dark? You know, a strong female type? Don't you want that better? For the coalition to do that instead of Gears? And I'm like, really? Okay. So, because I'm a female, I'm supposed to like Joanna Dark? Really? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't care if she's a female, strong female type. I enjoy female characters. I like Lara Croft. I like games like well, Record was okay, but I'm not gonna give Record that title yet. Like, it's a nice game, but it's not like, it's not up there with Tomb Raider or anything like that. But I do like strong female characters, but I'm not gonna pick Perfect Dark over the Gears franchise just because she's a female. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna do that. And yes, I have seen that in the comment section. That bothers me. I think that's actually really stupid. So I'll just leave that at that. Maybe this also had a little bit of influence of me making this video, because I am annoyed of things like that, of the whole stereotype thing, or make it about the sex. Come on now, it doesn't matter to me. I like Gears. Gears has female characters that I like. I enjoy the game. I enjoy the story. I enjoy the multiplayer. I enjoy so many aspects of Gears, and that's what I'm gonna lean more towards as a fan of the franchise. And yeah, it does bother me that certain YouTubers out there do throw out this misinformation to gamers as if it was factual when really it was their opinion. And then you have people in the comment section going with it and being like, oh, okay, so what is the coalition going to do instead? I'm looking forward to that new IP. Or, oh, now that Splash Damage is going to do it, they're going to ruin the franchise. It's like, no, we don't know that yet. Don't automatically start throwing the next Gears of War in the garbage without actually seeing it and trying it and whatever. And obviously, a lot of people are also saying, like, hey, let's just wait for E3. We'll have more information. We may not even have any Gears information at E3. They might focus on other things. There's so many things that people want Microsoft to do, and new IPs they want them to make, or old franchises they want them to bring back, that we might not even hear anything about Gears. And it is kind of funny that we have been hearing about it here and there when it comes to Perfect Dark, or when it comes to them helping with PUBG, or and now this with Splash Damage, but we don't know, and we might not hear anything at all until next year. And then the last thing that I saw somebody talking about, which, I mean, it is their opinion. I really agree, but it is what it is. And that's if like Gears of War changing its style with Splash Damage working on a different type of Gears of War game. like an RPG game or a first-person shooter type of game. And I'm not saying no to that, but it is weird, and it's not the type of Gears game that I'm used to. Who knows, maybe in the future they could try different things. I mean, Halo did try that with multiple Halos, but Halo Wars specifically, and it's worked out. But everybody always sticks with the main franchise, of course. And for me, Gears of War is a third-person cover shooter, and that's what I like. But if they have enough breathing room to make different types of Gears of War on the side, then that's okay too. I'm not saying no. It is weird though, hearing Gears as an RPG or a first-person shooter. That is kind of odd to me, but either way. We know that they're working on Gears 5. Phil Spencer mentioned future Gears titles will be added to the Game Pass. Well, I think, this is my opinion, obviously. Well, this whole video is my opinion, that the Coalition is involved. In whatever big or small way possible, the Coalition is involved. And then we know that we're not going to get that this year. We're going to get that eventually. But overall, these are all my thoughts on the situation. I just don't like when YouTubers, gamers, throw out this information as if it's fact, when really we don't know. And we should be more of a, yeah, it's fun to talk about rumors and everything, but let's just wait and see for the factual information that is coming out, instead of spreading rumors saying that the Coalition is going to be doing Perfect Dark and letting someone else deal with Gears 5. Let's just wait and see. Let me know what you guys think down below. I really want to hear your guys' feedback and opinions regarding Gears. And also add me on Xbox if you want to play some Gears, because that is one of the things I do best. And then obviously I'll see you guys in the next video.